Hello everyone, Chandler here, and I am in my new apartment. If you would like, I can film like a little apartment tour when I'm all done and settled and moved in. But I only just got the keys to this place like a day and a half ago, so it still needs some work. To put it lightly, there are boxes everywhere. There is a box literally right there that you can see. So anyway, this is just a little intro because I have done a lot of traveling over the summer, which is one of the reasons I haven't posted any videos other than the video that I made with my mom, where I answer your questions about our growth over my transition, like questions for parents about their kids transitioning. So the link to that will be somewhere up here as well if you'd like to watch that later. But like I said, I've been doing a lot of traveling. I went to DC Pride, New York City Pride. I went to Florida and I filmed some collabs with Thomas Sanders, which will also be in the description down below. We filmed one large video that was spliced up into two videos where we answer your questions. It was a whole group of wonderful, amazing people, and we answered your questions for Pride. So yeah, those links will be down below. And then also, I went to the Philadelphia Trans Wellness Conference for the very first year, so I gotta rep my shirt. But that was really exciting because I got to meet a lot of you all, and we took a lot of cute pictures, which you can see if you follow me on Instagram. And also, I went to VidCon 2019, the 10th annual VidCon, and while I was there, one of the things that I did, because I spoke on a panel, I had a meet and greet, and also I gave a keynote speech. So if you don't know, the creator keynote is like the highlight of the creator track. Basically, it's like VidCon's version of a TED Talk. And so they have like a stage and an audience, and one by one people come out and they give like a little spiel, a little presentation or whatever. And I was the very first presenter, and oh my gosh, was I nervous. But I was really excited to give this presentation, so I gave my presentation on the power of representation. Like why representation matters, why it's important to see ourselves reflected on media so that we can see other people living their lives authentically and unapologetically, so we can see other people like grow and do and exist and live happy, healthy, successful lives, and know that that's possible for us too. So I don't know if VidCon is going to release like a professional recording of my keynote speech, so please enjoy this beautifully phone recorded video that my friend recorded for me. And there is a transcript in the description down below if you would like to follow along. Alrighty, enjoy!
My name is ChandlerNWilson, and when I first started my YouTube channel, I was 11 years old. I used to make music videos to Avril Lavigne songs and AMVs to Tokyo Mew Mew. Props to those of you who even know what any of that means. And yes, yes, those embarrassing videos are still public on my YouTube channel. I encourage you to go watch those after this if you would like a good laugh. But the entire dynamic of my YouTube channel changed in 2015 when I came out as transgender. I'm not here to give an entire gender crash course. Believe me, that would take way longer than 5 minutes. I am, however, going to throw out a couple of terms just for clarification. So I'm under the non-binary umbrella, which means that my gender identity is neither 100% male nor 100% female. I specifically identify as agender, which means that I do not have a gender, similarly to the way asymmetrical means without symmetry. I came out to myself as agender when I was 16, and as any young, scared, and newly out queer teenager often does nowadays, I turned to the internet, specifically to YouTube, to search out resources. I turned to YouTube specifically and searched for agender YouTubers to try and find people that I could relate to. And the sad reality is that I found nothing. To this day, there are two people I remember watching who explicitly used the term agender. There was one person who went back and forth between identifying as agender and as a trans man before concluding that he's a trans man. I thought, well, that's not how I feel, so I kept looking. The only other person that I saw who used the word agender said that they did feel like they had a gender, they just didn't know the word for it yet, and resorted to using agender as a placeholder term. And I thought, well, that's not how I feel either. I went looking for representation and found none. All I wanted was some sort of sign that I wasn't alone. After looking for a YouTuber that I could relate to, and not being able to find one, I decided I was going to have to step up and be the representation that I needed. If I was a young and scared agender kid looking for someone to look up to, I just figured there had to have been other young people like me that were also desperately looking for a role model. I decided if there were no out agender YouTubers that I was going to be the first. I uploaded my video titled "What is Agender?" on March 15th of 2015. Almost immediately, that video skyrocketed to over 500,000 views. Sure, some of the comments were from people saying that I was confused and a special snowflake or whatever, but who even cares about those comments when they paled in comparison and they were completely overpowered by the tens of thousands of people reaching out to me, telling me that they felt the same way I did and didn't even know there was a word for it. So, the community feeling that I was missing going into creating that video was then in turn given to me by my audience after uploading it. Suddenly, people were looking to me as a voice for an underrepresented community. People were asking me advice about identity and how to come out, but I hadn't exactly done that yet. So after having a wave of support and finding that community of folks who were experiencing life similarly to me, I gained the courage to come out to my mom. I uploaded my coming out as transgender agender video on April 5th of 2015. That video currently has over 2 million views, I believe, and was featured in the Google Year in Search 2015 as one of the main segments. The very first time that I read a comment from another agender person was the first time I felt a real, genuine connection and sense of solidarity. A real reminder that, no, I'm not broken, and I'm never alone. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that being a form of representation is always easy. It is quite the roller coaster ride, but it is also incredibly necessary. Every single one of us has a story that is valuable. And trust me when I say, there is a community out there who is looking for someone like you to let them know it's okay to be yourself, even in a world that chastises and ostracizes us. I receive comments every single day from people telling me that my videos are what kept them alive when they were struggling through their own journeys of self-acceptance. That by seeing me live my truth unapologetically, they felt, well, if they can do it, maybe I can too. By being proud of who I am and sharing my narrative with the world, I've empowered other young people to do the same. I'm proud to share that since I have come out as agender, I have empowered many of my other creator friends to also come out as under the non-binary umbrella and share their own stories with the world. Being visible in a world that tells us that we should not exist is a revolutionary act in of itself. By being vocal about our intersecting identities and our interests in a world that tries its hardest to force us into some sort of mold, it is an act of defiance. Representation is not the end goal. Representation is the first spark. Being able to see other people we can relate to living happy, healthy, and successful adult lives gives us the strength to break free from an oppressive society. Representation starts a chain reaction of liberation. By being open about who you are unknowingly allowing other people to do the same and be open about themselves. You are giving people permission to live their truth without fear of persecution. Keep sharing your stories, keep showcasing your interests, because in doing so, you are saving lives. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, comment down below something that hopefully resonated with you a lot or felt profound, and how representation makes you feel. All the links to my social media will be down below, and I will see you very soon. Bye!